Welcome to Save the Track Bike. This is your host, Joshua LeBure. This is a special, shorter episode, Christmas special, if you will. I went and sat at a coffee shop with James from Illicit Cycles. It's a new bike company starting up in Colorado. In the spring, they should be coming out with their first fixed gear bikes. And then they're going to be releasing a track frame soon. So we talk about all that. We talk about BMX a little bit. We talk about bringing in some races into Colorado. We talk about whether or not he's going to start a race team, and all that good stuff. He's at the very beginning of the process, so I figured it would be kind of cool to get some insight on what it's like to start a bike company. What else do I have to say? I guess this should be coming out on Christmas Day. I did find out on Google Play that unfortunately it takes a couple extra days from when I upload it on there. So, yeah, patience is a virtue, I guess. But they'll go up on SoundCloud and iTunes on the same day. So, anyway, I'm going to shut up and we're going to get to the interview. We're here with James from Illicit Cycles. Tell us who you are and why you're on this podcast.
So my name is James Wilson, aka James Jiggy G. I am on this podcast because I started a bike brand, Illicit Cycles, based in Golden, Colorado.
Cool. So how did Illicit come about?
Oh boy, you want the full version?
Sure.
So my ex-girlfriend and I broke up. And I wanted
start of many good stories.
Right, yeah, pretty much. So I wanted to pay her back, and of course my brain got thinking. I was like, how am I going to pay her back? Because she did a lot of nice things for me financially. So I was like, well, I need to invest or start a business. So I was kind of weighing some pros and cons of different things, and didn't really know what I was going to do. And I realized I needed to make capital, build some capital first to start anything. So I started flipping thrift store stuff, just random thrift store stuff, flipped, shoes, just whatever. Anything that I could sell and make profit, I flipped. And then I had a buddy that I worked with that was looking for a fixie, a fixed gear bike. And he's like, dude, find me one, because he knew I was always looking online and stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. So that night I found him one. I went and purchased it from a super nice lady. And the next day I brought it to work with me, sold it to him. I made a little bit off of him, but more than anything, I loved the whole interaction. The lady I bought it from was super nice. She was ecstatic to get rid of it. One of my good buddies that I sold it to, he was looking for one for a little bit, so he was excited to get it. And
do you remember what the bike was?
No, it didn't even have a brand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was just completely unbranded, spray painted black. It was just black on black. It had super narrow handlebars.
Oh,
He
yeah.
loved it. Yeah, he loved it. So, yeah, just the whole interaction between her and me and him, it was super, super rewarding. He was ecstatic about the bike, and he just keeps thanking me over and over. And I love the feeling of, helping both of them out. And that's kind of what started it all. And then, so I started solely flipping bikes. Actually, shortly after that, I was doing guitars and bikes, but then it eventually got into just bikes. And I was making some pretty dang good money flipping used bikes, actually.
Dang.
And almost every one of them was a fixed gear, single-speed fixed gear. And they're just, every person I met and interacted with, whether I was buying one or selling it, was just super friendly, just overall an incredible experience. And I'm quite the salesman, so I could buy a bike that had been listed for a year at a super low, price, and turn around and literally in 5 minutes have it sold for what they've been asking for a year.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually had a waiting list for a while of people looking for certain size bikes.
Really?
Yeah, I was on my A game. But I was flipping bikes, and then they were just so good to me. I was like, man, I just want to do this. So, and I've always been the type of person that I'm really good at marketing online and marketing myself. So I was like, this is a perfect bike brand. That's what I need to do. So
nice.
I started Illicit Cycles.
Sweet. So what kind of attracted you to starting off doing fixed gears and track bikes?
Well, actually, so my buddy wanted to fix gears, so that's what started it all. So I liked the feel of it, the look of it. It was cool to ride. To be honest, it was my first time ever on a fixed gear bike. Like I rode BMX when I was younger. Then
me too.
Nice. I did Flatland actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
I grew up racing and doing like dirt jumping and stuff.
So, nice. Yeah, jumps always scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But so then I've ridden road bikes and mountain bikes, but. Yeah, I don't know. I just really like the fixed gear, and it was something new to me, so I really enjoyed that aspect. Just different, and I don't know. The price was right. I didn't have to invest a lot to get them, and really most of them were pretty nice. I mean, I had a lot of really good brands that I flipped, and yeah, I mean, that's kind of how fixed gears happen.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think that's what attracted me to them, is because I did grow up with like BMX, and I remember seeing in like 2007 or something like all these kids on fixed gear bikes, and was just like, oh, it's like a grown-up BMX bike.
Pretty much.
Not that grown-ups can't ride BMX bikes, but it's nice to be able to sit down on the saddle.
Yeah, for sure, right?
What's kind of what's it like to start a manufacturing company like that?
Well, so on paper, I'm a manufacturer, but technically speaking, I'm an importer.
Yes.
So I send my specs, details, everything that I want.
Which is basically what
most companies do
these days.
Yep, pretty much all of them. Yeah, there's very few that are actually made in the States anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But, so, I mean, it's quite the process, honestly, man. There's a ton of things. Just importing in general is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, the whole process. Like, there's fees for fees. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I just feel like I have respect for people that are doing that, because it's such a complicated process, it seems.
Dude, I've made so many connections in such a short amount of time, though. Like, it's awesome. I've had a lot of people helping me out. Like, I have an import broker now. Like, it's, I've never thought I'd say I have an import broker. It's just kind of surreal, but super nice guy, and like he's been helping me out a lot, and yeah, man, like just I always say we. It's actually me. I'm the only owner, and I say we so much though because I feel like I have like a great team that's just like really come together, through the import broker, I have a graphic designer on board, like just like all these people that are just really helping out in different ways. Nice. So I always say we because I feel like they're included,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, for sure.
Where did the name Illicit come from?
Oh, this is a good story. So I had all kinds of different names in mind, and I went to GoDaddy.com and typed in all the names that I had thought of, and everyone was taken, with the exception of Illicit.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. So I typed in Illicit Cycles, and it wasn't taken. I was like, ooh, here's my chance, So I typed in Illicit Bikes as well, and it was open. So I bought both domain names right up, just right there, Illicit Cycles and Illicit Bikes, and that's how it came to be, Illicit Cycles. So the focus of the business isn't just fixed gears, though. I'm starting out with fixed gears.
Totally.
Then going to track bikes. And then, which I plan on always having, it's not like I'm going to go away from them. So I plan on always having those, but eventually I want to get into, high-end carbon fiber road bikes and mountain bikes, etc. But yeah, I mean, I'm all for, a niche, however you want to say it, market and stuff, and fixed gear riders, like, the followers I have on Instagram are amazing, man. Like, I'll post a poll, and, like, I get such a ridiculous amount of responses that it's incredible, which actually helps me a lot in, in deciding what to do, Because I'm making bikes for people, not for me, So like, if you want this, then I'm going to do that. It's not all about ego. It's not about what I want. It's about what the consumer wants, what the people buying the bikes want. And yeah, man. So I'm definitely, I'm appreciative of all the support I have in the fixed gear world and stuff already. But I'm definitely going to venture out because I don't want to get stuck in that necessarily.
Absolutely.
I want to be known as a bike manufacturer as a whole.
Of course.
I plan on building this into an empire, man. It's not like. Yeah, it's not like I want to sell a few bikes. Like I want to make this huge.
For sure.
That's definitely the game plan.
I think that's important too, and it's nice to hear that like the community is like backing you so much because
I'm actually overwhelmed
as the companies grow. I think because fixed gear racing specifically, like building like track bike, like what you're planning on doing and stuff. I think that's what's blowing up right now. I mean, you have all these road podcasts and all these road magazines and stuff that are talking about Red Hook and how many people show up to those races and how much attention they're getting and stuff. So I think the more companies that are backing those kind of events and stuff, I think is going to be huge.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think that this kind of culture is kind of taking off away maybe from just the like when I started riding fixed gear bikes and just messengers and stuff, and it's kind of turning into like a real sport that's worldwide.
Well, dude, and like the thing I like too, is like fixed gears. I have a lot of followers in like South America and in Asia in general, and just they're like really on their fixed gear game. I really enjoy seeing all that though.
It seems to be huge in like London too.
Yeah, for sure. And also Melbourne, like Australia.
Yeah,
there's like a ton of stuff in Australia.
Yeah,
yep.
It's cool. I mean, I think what I like seeing is like you have UCI road riders and stuff that are like, oh, let's go do Red Hook Crit. It's something new to do. Mm-hmm. So it's...
Well, honestly, I think it's more exciting.
Yeah.
A road bike race, is 100 miles and you're freaking dead.
And for the fans, they like get a glimpse for like 30 seconds. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, or a Crit, you're... Yeah. It's a loop, so you see them several times. It's a lot more action-packed.
And you might be on a corner where there's a crash.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the exciting part, right?
Not for the rider.
Yeah. I don't know.
That was my only...
I mountain bike a lot, and I actually enjoy crashing for whatever reason.
That's true. All right.
I'm weird.
I guess racing BMX, I remember my crashes still, and I was pretty young the last time I raced. But you always had that one guy that would go down in front of you, and you're flipping over your handlebars.
Yeah, for sure. I think why the reason personally I like crashing so much is because I wear a GoPro, so I get up and I'm like, yeah, good footage, I wrecked.
Yeah, right.
Sad but true.
That's hilarious. So can you tell us anything about this track bike that you're planning on coming out with? I've been seeing the polls and stuff. So
I've been doing a lot of polls, kind of getting a feel for what people are wanting. I was originally thinking about going all carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Obviously for weight and just durability and whatnot and stiffness. But actually, it was kind of 50-50. A lot of people said yeah, a lot of people said no, but I was actually getting several emails from people saying, we want aluminum, we want aluminum, we want aluminum. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I was like, well, I know a lot of people like aluminum plus carbon fiber forks. So that's what we're going to release. Once again, I say me. We're going to release probably just frames, not even the whole bike, because more people seem to want just the frames, which is understandable because it's a track bike. They want to put their own components on. So the first release of track bikes is actually probably going to be aluminum. I'd like to do a raw aluminum just because that's so sick looking.
Oh, I agree.
And then I might do a black as well, just all black, because I also like the murdered out look,
Do you know what the geometry is going to be like? Are you kind of going more for like a pursuit style, or something more for like crits that's a little more relaxed? Or
it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know yet, honestly. I mean, it's still on the drawing board, if you will, but it's going to be similar to like like an Abbotton, something like their bikes. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's going to kind of be a cross between like an Abbotton, like Cordoba, and like an unknown. Yeah, something like that, or like the Throne Track Lord. It's going to be kind of a feel of all of those, if you will. I'm obviously going for speed, going for aerodynamic. That's the whole point of it. But also something that just looks sweet. I think it's a big part, especially with people. Because I definitely want them in the race scene. I want people to race them for sure. But I also want the people on the streets that just love track bikes to have a cool looking bike to be able to show off. And and I'm really catering to that group of people.
Nice.
Probably just as much as the racers, if not more, honestly.
Yeah. So what's like the big picture plan? Are you thinking about eventually getting a race team together, or sponsoring people, or?
I haven't thought anything about a race team yet. I haven't gotten that far into it. But yeah, sponsorships definitely. I definitely want to sponsor some people. I'm actually a sponsored rock climber.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so, and I was a semi-professional paintball player. I played for 14 years. I had like 7-8 sponsors there at the end. I pretty much played for free. I just, the only thing I didn't get was a salary, and that's pretty much like now too, with climbing. So I understand sponsorships, and being on that end of things, I understand, both sides of it. So yeah, I definitely want to sponsor, not even like huge names or anything. Like I don't even care about that. I want to just help people, achieve their dreams, man. Like I really do. I just want to help people achieve what they're trying to accomplish. And so I definitely plan on sponsoring like a bunch of like smaller events too. I want to do events too. So sponsoring like events, athletes. And then also I plan on giving a lot of stuff away. I'll be 100% honest. I mean, I'm all for making money and profit and stuff, but I'm all for helping people as well. So,
well, maybe we should team up on a giveaway when you get.
Oh, for sure, that'd actually be awesome. Yeah. So I'm definitely doing a lot of giveaways and stuff. And then for marketing purposes, I'm going to give some to like influencers and whatnot, of course. But yeah, man, I don't expect to get rich off this. Like, I do eventually. I'm not gonna lie. I'm quite the businessman, natural born entrepreneur. So like, I do plan on doing that. But like, I don't care if it takes 10 years. I hope it doesn't. I hope it's quicker than that. But I want to help people just as much as I want to make money. So it's whatever. It's win-win.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think there's a lot of talent in Colorado too, and like people that are going out and doing red hooks and doing like I know people were thinking about going out and doing like fixation crit, like Chicago, and like all that stuff. So I think that there's a community here, which I think is cool.
Yeah, it's actually funny because I've never really known about the community because I never really rode fixed gears,
Yeah.
But now that I'm getting into it, I've been getting a lot of people around the area that are kind of reaching out, hey, so it's pretty exciting actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so like was it Sunday, what are they called?
Sunday Strong.
Sunday Strong, yeah. So one of those guys actually reached out to me and invited me on a ride up Mount Evans or some bull crap, something that'd probably kill me.
Yeah.
Somebody that rides road bikes more and mountain bikes even more, it's like...
Totally.
Oh boy, yeah. That'd probably kill me.
I feel ya. I'm gonna do Mount Evans this year, but...
Oh, nice.
That's the goal.
I'll be driving behind you in a vehicle.
Yeah. I'll make a video or something.
Right? Yeah, no doubt. Could do that.
Yeah, I think my next step is doing like a YouTube channel that I want to start kind of when race season starts.
Yeah.
Because I'm planning on going to a bunch of races, so I want to make short little docs about it or whatever.
Nice.
And I'll do like documentary style podcasts with like the YouTube video component of it. So
I actually just started kind of venturing into YouTube for the business, and like I said, the GoPro, I have a chest mount, so I mostly mountain bike, honestly, so like a lot of it's mountain bike related.
Yeah.
I have one road bike video I posted, but right now the video is a little shaky, I'll be honest. So my mom actually bought me a gimbal.
nice.
An Evo gimbal for Christmas, so I'm getting ready to get one of those. So yeah, it should be a lot better footage. So I have a Hero 4, so 4K. I mean, it'll be legit. Yeah, I'm pretty excited building the YouTube as well.
What's your history with bikes? I know you said you did a little flatland. Were you competitive, or did you just?
No, so when I was young, my mom rented, and our landlord actually owned a bike shop.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I was just kind of. I kind of grew up around bikes, honestly. I mean, all the neighborhood. I'm from Southern Illinois. Well, I'm from Central Illinois, but I lived in Southern Illinois at the time. And, yeah, man, like, everybody had BMX bikes there. Like, that was the thing. Like, the more name brand it was, the cooler you were. Like, that's just how that town worked,
Yeah.
So I always had, like, super nice BMX bikes. I had a GT, Dyno, I had Haro.
Oh, yeah, I had a Dyno.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A Dyno Air. Who didn't have one of those, man?
Yep.
But, yeah, so I had some name brand bikes, like some good BMX bikes. And, yeah, I started... I pretty much just used them to commute when I was younger. But then, I started doing flatland, and I didn't get great, but I got pretty good. I got pretty good, learned quite a few tricks, and just... I don't know, just kind of stopped doing it one day for whatever reason, and kind of got away from bikes in general for a long time, actually. I mean, most of my high school, actually, I can't think of a time in high school I rode a bike, like, period.
Yeah.
All through high school, and then I went to college. I didn't graduate, but I went to college. But I didn't ride that whole time, and then...
Same here.
Yeah. So my best friend and I hadn't talked in 5 years, and we kind of reunited, and he had a really nice road bike, and we just kind of started talking whatever, and still really didn't want anything to do with it. It was, whatever. Well, then we ended up moving to Colorado, and I started riding his road bike a lot because he worked overnights, so it was there to ride. So I was riding in Denver, and I was like, man, this is pretty cool. Actually, I really enjoyed it. So I was like, I need to get a bike. So I went out and I bought a hybrid, so I figured I can get in the grass a little bit if I needed to, and, still have the gears, and I could keep up with road bikes pretty good, actually, because I'm just naturally in good shape from rock climbing and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, I got a hybrid, and that's kind of how it started, man. I rode the crap out of that thing, and I put a lot of miles on that, and then, yeah, man, I did that for a while, and then I started flipping the bikes, and then now, I ride freaking everything,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I really do. Like I said, I mountain bike more than anything now, but when I was in Durango...
Oh, yeah.
When I was out there, I was riding our prototype, if you will, and we were going up a hill, and dude, it killed me. Like, I made it, but it killed me.
Yeah.
Dude I was with rides fixed gears like all the time in the mountains. He's like, what are you doing back there,
Right?
Yeah.
I see all his Instagram posts, and I'm like, dang, I need to be riding with that guy.
Yeah, he's like ridden his whole life, dude. Shout out to Rocky Mountain Fixie.
Yeah.
He's been riding like his whole life, and super cool guy, man. He and I hit it off really well, and went for a fixed gear ride, and
nice.
he teaches a spin class too, so like his bike skills are like ridiculous. Like even mountain biking, dude. Like we went mountain biking while I was out there, and he was like a mile ahead of me that entire time.
So tell us, like, what's the kind of immediate plan? Like, I know you have your prototype out, and it's about getting close to being released, or?
So, kinda.
Yeah.
Quick answer, kinda. So, we're releasing the locks first. That's actually the first thing.
Okay.
Honestly, I did things kind of backwards. I should have released that later, but whatever.
Hey.
You live and you learn.
Yeah.
So, I'm releasing the locks first, and like right off the bat, I'm going to run a bunch of advertising things for that and just try to blow them out as quick as possible to concentrate more on the bikes. I'm hoping for a release in spring of the fixed gears. There's going to be 3 color options. There's going to be a white and black called the Illicit Capone. There's going to be a kind of a bluish green. It's actually the same blue as the Lamborghini Huracan has.
Okay.
It's called Blue Cepheus.
Nice.
So naturally I named the bike the Illicit Cepheus.
There you go.
Might as well go with it. And then the third one is going to be called Drab, the Illicit Drab, and it's going to be olive drab and black. It's actually a combo.
Nice.
And like the frame is actually 2 different colors too. It's not just like solid. So I'm hoping for spring. I want to do the fixed gear bikes, then the track bikes, then probably a road bike, then mountain bike. Depends on how things work out.
Nice.
But yeah, I just really want to get a good following here and then expand. That's definitely the goal. And I've been sending out tons and tons of emails to local shops and just getting the name out there. And I've had a lot of feedback from all these people, and a lot of people actually really interested as far as bike owners and stuff. So,
nice.
Or bike shop owners. So yeah, man, I'm actually really excited. I've had a good feeling from the get-go, and every day goes by, I get a better feeling. So I'm excited.
That's good.
Yeah, for sure. So ideally, I would love for the company to be able to sponsor events in every aspect of cycling, like even BMX. Honestly,
yeah.
I don't necessarily think that we're probably going to be selling or making any BMX type bikes. I could be wrong. Who knows what the future holds? But I'm more geared toward the others I've talked about. But yeah, man. I mean, I would love to in the future be able to sponsor BMX events, road bike races, and. Not just sponsor them either, man. Just be there, just be a presence, physically be a presence there, and just, hand out free stuff. And like I said, man, I'm all about giving stuff away. I just want to help people. So, yeah, and then, crits for sure. That would be awesome if we could, organize some stuff just as a whole. And, I'd be all for that, man.
I think that was part of the reason why I want to do this podcast, because, like, if it could bring people into, like, seeing what not only the fixed gear scene is like, but what it's like here in Colorado.
Yep.
And if we could like grow some races and like partner up with people, and like, which is why I wanted to have you on too, because I'm like, I have like, hopefully this output is going to grow, your bike company is going to grow.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we just grow the whole community out here as this whole sport in general seems to be blowing up right now.
And the great thing is, man, it doesn't matter, literally one thing that you do can make the difference in your entire future. Like you were talking about that last thing, State Bicycle posted for you. That's what that's how it works, man. And you never freaking know. This podcast, can blow up and be freaking huge. And the same with the bike company. Well, I know it is because I'm doing it, but I'm obviously confident if you could pick up on that.
That's all right. You got to be if you're going to be climbing rocks. Because that scares me.
Yeah, right.
Some people say it's scary to ride a fixed gear down a mountain. I think it's scary to climb up a...
Yeah. It's actually funny. I have a buddy that works at Mammoth Lakes. He's a ski instructor out there, and he was telling me I should come ski. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to charge you to come out here. I'm like, all right, whatever. I was like, man, I'm kind of scared. I've never skied, snowboarded, and he's like...
I haven't either.
Really? Nice.
I've lived here for 17 years.
Oh, man, you need to get out there.
I know.
So,
it's pathetic.
He's like, dude, he goes... You're talking about, floating on a cloud. If you fall, you're in snow. You feel nothing. He goes, you mountain bike and thrash down freaking mountains, fall on rocks. He's like, I don't get what you're worried about. And it's like, yeah, good point,
Right?
Good point.
I think it's all relative, because it's funny, because there's this kind of myth that, like, I don't know if it's a myth. Maybe it's true. But there's this view of like fixed gear crits as being like so dangerous. Like I tell Rody, like I did a crit last summer, my first one, and
Nice.
all my roadie friends were like, oh, I wouldn't do that, that's scary, or whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, I see people on mountain bikes like doing backflips off of cliffs.
Yep.
And
Yeah, dude.
And I grew up racing BMX, and like
Everything has a risk, man. It's it doesn't matter what you do.
also every single road crit I've seen, I see crash.
Yeah, for sure, right?
You know?
Yeah.
I think the crit, like racing a bicycle, is just dangerous. So it's kind of like, I don't think that we should demonize one over the other.
Exactly. I'm kind of a masochist, man. So like,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, I kind of enjoy wrecking.
Yeah. I mean, I've always kind of, I think the one thing I like about this whole fixed gear thing is just, Scott said it in the last episode, it's just everybody kind of looks at you like you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're passing up like a road bike on Lookout Mountain, and people just like look at you like,
Yeah.
what
What the hell's that guy doing?
Yeah.
Yep. That's the best part, right?
Yeah, but I kind of love that.
Yep.
It's not really like to show off or anything. I just like giving myself challenges and stuff
for
that
sure.
people don't want to do.
I'll tell you one.
So maybe I'm a little bit of a masochist.
Yeah, right. I'll tell you one even better, man. I have never wore a helmet in my life,
Yeah.
ever. Which I'm not, saying it's a good thing. Don't listen to me. Wear helmets.
Wear your helmet.
Yeah, wear your helmet. But I never have. And like when I first started mountain biking and stuff, like I'd be going down these pretty steep sections, like pretty fast, and people are looking at me like, what the hell? Like, this dude's nuts, And I've actually had a lot of people comment on me not wearing a helmet. Actually, surprisingly, all positive though. But my dad got me a helmet for Christmas, long story short. He watched a video from Durango mountain biking, and it's like, a sheer cliff on the side. I'm like right on the edge, and he's like, yep, you're getting a helmet. So I'm going to wear a helmet. But yeah, same thing though, man. People just look at you like you're nuts.
So how did it feel to ride your prototype, to be on your bike that you designed?
Awesome, actually. It's, everything, man, as far as the business, as far as the people reaching out, the support, the bike, everything's been super, super gratifying. I'm so appreciative and thankful for everyone and everything that's been going on, man. Like, throughout life, I've been pessimistic. I'll be the first to admit, and the past, probably 6 months or so, I've been really optimistic, changed my entire perspective on life, and it's paid off. It's, law of attraction's real. It's exhilarating, man, to say the least. But the first time I rode it was actually in Durango, when I went out and met Rocky Mountain Fixie, and yeah, we went for a ride, man, and I don't know, man. It's the first time I even aired up the tires, it felt surreal. The entire thing is surreal, and I was extremely pleased with how it rode, like extremely pleased. Because I've been on a lot of fixed gears that I just think feel like crap, honestly.
Yeah.
And then there's others that feel pretty good, and this is one of the better feeling ones I've actually been on, so
Nice.
so I did good.
That's good. So some technical questions about what you're going to be coming out with. Like, I'm assuming the first run is going to be steel.
No, actually they're aluminum.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for light bikes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So
that's kind of good to hear, because I was like a little worried it was going to be like high tensile steel.
no, they're aluminum. Yeah, so
awesome.
I know traditionally they are steel, and I thought about that, because of flex and everything, but I love lightweight bikes. I can't
I'm
lie.
the same way. I don't care about I'm not like the one that's. I like steel. Don't get me wrong. I like a really good quality steel, like a Zona or something.
Well, dude, and they're like, you can't break them.
Of course. Yeah, and those are light, but also really, really pricey.
Yeah.
So as far as like affordability and lightness and stuff, like I love aluminum.
Yep.
I don't get the hate for it.
I don't either.
It rides real stiff.
Yep.
Sure, it might be a tad bit rough, but nowadays with like carbon forks and like throw some 25C tires on it, and you're good.
I actually ride 28s most times.
Yeah, I have 28s on my commuter, so it has good clearance though, which is good.
So yeah, man. The like recently, I've talked to people that like aren't really into bikes, and I've named like Giant and Trek, and they've never heard of them.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. For me, Giant's the biggest bike company in the world. So like,
and you're like, dude, Lance Armstrong used to ride a Trek.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So like, I'm like blown away by the fact that these people haven't heard of, they're not into bikes, so kind of understandable, but like I'm still blown away by it.
But they've heard of Schwinn.
Yeah, right? Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, seriously. But like me, man, like I want everybody to know what Illicit Cycles is.
Yeah.
Like that is the objective, man. Just as much as selling bikes, making profit, making money, helping people, I also want everyone in the freaking world to know exactly what Illicit Cycles is. Like that is the goal, man.
Sounds good. Cool. I think that's all I have.
Cool.
You want to give any shout-outs? Tell people where to find you?
Yeah, so visit illicitcycles.com. As of now, we have 0 products listed, but soon we will. But you can still read, kind of get an idea about the company and where we're headed and whatnot. Definitely follow us on Instagram at Illicit Cycles. We're on Instagram hardcore. That is my favorite social media platform. I hate Facebook. I'll be the first to admit. Freaking hate it.
I don't have Facebook.
I didn't, but I formed one for the business. I felt like I kind of had to for marketing purposes and stuff. So
No, I should probably make one for this.
Yep. Yeah. But anyway, follow at Illicit Cycles LLC on Facebook. And yeah, definitely check us out and comment. Subscribe to YouTube too. I have no idea what the link is, but just type in Illicit Cycles, I guess.
You'll find it.
Yeah, you'll find it. But yeah, so follow us on all those platforms, and we really appreciate it. And send us comments, emails, like whatever. If you want to reach out, ask anything, just whatever. You wouldn't believe the amount of stupid emails I get. So, like, just completely off the wall bullcrap. But I still respond, so just go for it. We appreciate anyone asking anything. And I appreciate you interviewing me.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on. Thanks.
Sure. I couldn't hear the fist bump.
That's all right.
Yeah, we know it happened.
All right. Thanks again. That does it for this episode. I want to thank James for coming on from Illicit Cycles and talking to me. Hopefully we can collaborate in the future and put on some events and do some giveaways and whatnot. This episode was produced by David Draper. This theme song was from Free Music Archive, and it's Vitamin Pet's Slag Girl. Find us on Instagram at Save the Track Bike, Twitter at Save the Track Pod, because bike wouldn't fit. So Twitter, Save the Track Pod, SaveTheTrackBike.com, and if you want to email me, SaveTheTrackBike@gmail.com. My next episode will be an interview with Josh Tyrell from State Bicycle Company. So yeah, keep on the lookout for that. And go ride your track bike in inappropriate places, if you're into that kind of thing.